we have a guest. We have one of our, at this point, I mean, friend. Okay, he's been on the show so many times. We've hung out with him. He's one of the fucking realest and coolest dudes we know.
He is the he's the a pedophile hunting version of the Bear Jew.
Yes, exactly. Steven Crowder. I'm just kidding. Alex Rosen, everybody.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you all too. It's a pleasure to be here. I thought I was going to take a break from like interacting with pedophiles, but you know, here I am. So.
I'm sorry.
Take a day off, bud.
Yeah, I know. We had no idea Pessy was going to be here.
We didn't know. We had no idea.
It's because I'm
he's the only other
Jewish,
Jew on the
Alex.
show, right? So it'd be
Look,
Shalom, my brother.
boy, very, 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 very bad. Okay,
they're taking over the show, Merch. There's two of them now. What's up, man? Dude, you've been fucking killing it, dude. You've been fucking killing it.
Yeah, so I got to hear this.
Yeah, the hot goss. The hot goss.
We got I got to ask before we even get into this. Was this particular dude somebody that you were talking to me about like a few months ago when we were up there?
No,
Oh, it's not the same guy? Okay.
No, so this guy was totally random. We were actually on the way down to Eagle Pass, Texas, to go confront a guy we had on the list for over a year at this point. We couldn't find him, so I just like opened up my Grindr app in San Antonio, and this account happens to hit me up, and you know I'm posing as a 14-year-old boy, and I see.
Wait, hold on, Alex. Hold on a second. I thought Grindr would have safeguards so 14-year-olds wouldn't get on there.
Yeah, I thought you weren't even allowed to be on those kind of apps unless you were 18 and older.
Well, you're supposed to be 18, but they don't check ID verification
What?
or anything. But,
What?
I mean, well, okay. I'll confess.
I'm
I read
disgusted.
one of the books in like the local elementary school about how to get on Grindr without your parents knowing. So, okay, look,
Fair enough.
I'm an educated guy. All right.
All right, good. He reads books, guys. So I'm sorry.
Exactly.
So you were saying you were pretending to be 14 on Grindr.
Correct. So we exchange phone numbers, and then I look up his phone number and I run his info, and I see that he got arrested for child pornography in August of 2022, and that he was a middle school teacher. And I'm like, holy shit. And, you know, he was okay with the age, and I gave him all these outs like, hey, we don't have to talk. And he set up a meeting to go have sex with this 14-year-old. He pulls out last minute, and like, you know, he's too nervous because he got caught like less than a year ago by the cops. And so I see that he has a Telegram account, and I saw that his name on Telegram was literally Boy Lover, and I'm like, oh, he's up to the same shit as he was last year. So we went to his house the next day, and I confront him, and he agrees to talk to us, and in the span of like an hour, he admits that he has possession of pornography as young as infants, toddlers, and all that stuff, and that he actively trades those very images. So the cops came, and they ended up arresting him on the spot for, bond violation. And, you know, now today he's charged with possession of child pornography and online solicitation of a minor. So he's currently fucked.
So he was already still on pretrial release, like so obviously, because it was August of 2022. I would imagine they're still going that, like, he's probably like, you know, whatever, dragging that out. So I'm sure he's still in court for that. So like you said, so he's kind of, that's not, you know, here's the thing, right? Not to compare the two, right? But these people have such a sick pathology because, look, 10 years ago, I got a DUI, right? And old Mikey really cooled off on the drinking and even at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you fuck up and you go to jail for something, generally you go, whew, I gotta hit the brakes. Maybe I need to change some shit. But to just be like right back out, like, oh, that's terrifying.
That's like you're out, and it's like you cannot fucking help yourself. It really,
No, that's what it is. Like the video is going to be out on Predator Poachers on Rumble, PREDATOR space POACHERS. If you don't want to see it when it drops in a few days. But he was telling me in the video that he can't help that he's wired like this. He's like, I don't want to be wired like this. I can't help it. And from what it seemed like, his preference seemed to be like 5-year-olds from what he communicated to us in the video.
Christ.
So, but he was, of course, a band teacher at a public school, so I'm sure they vetted him I'm sure they knew about his Telegram activity. That's probably why they let him into the school. But
that's a prerequisite. Yeah, because they want you to do some field work before you start working there.
Holy shit, man.
That's fucking dude. It really is fucking insane.
I always complain when you come on the show. I always complain about the fact that you just always seem to have a pile of like in your inbox.
Of course, yeah.
You know, it's like it literally like the old school like cubicle from the 80s, and he's sitting at a desk and his outbox is stuff, but his inbox is just a mountain of shit. And it's reinforced by the fact that you're like, yeah, we came all this way and a guy backed out, and then I just tripped over a guy on Grindr in 5 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was definitely just by chance. And, you know, obviously our profile looked young, so that's probably why he went after it. But man, dude, I just can't believe how stupid he was. I mean, he probably could have gotten away with it if he just didn't give out his real freaking phone number. But I mean,
you would have gotten away. You would have got away with it too if it wasn't for fucking those kids and take the mask off of him like some fucking Scooby Doo. You're driving around like some fucking Scooby, like in your mystery machine, but instead of ghosts, you're taking down pedophiles.
Well,
it's funny that the pedophile hunter drives a van and the pedo wouldn't be driving the van, but like, you know,
whatever.
I will say these guys usually get like heartbreakingly light punishments, but I will say this worked out really well, because if this guy was on pretrial release and he's up to the same shit, when they get to sentence, even if he gets a deal now, when they go to sentencing, they're going to be like, wow, you're fucking brazen, dude. Like they're not going to let that slide at sentencing.
Oh yeah. Like Bear County, where San Antonio is, we caught him in Converse, Texas, which is like a suburb of San Antonio. But that county is like light on these people. And dude, but he's screwed. Like his bail is like $175,000 right now, and you know he doesn't have that type of money, I don't think. And he was already facing 20 years on his first charge, because I think him being a teacher might be another charge. I don't know. I don't think so actually, but like, you know, they'll definitely consider that when it comes to sentencing. And dude, if he was facing, I think he's at least going to get 20 years for all this shit. I mean, dude, this is like, I mean, it just goes to show that they always will reoffend. There's no helping these people ever.
No, I mean,
I agree.
100%. I mean, 100%, and it really is fucking insane. Like Marsh was saying, like how easy. Like you said, you pop an app on, and within minutes, like that's all it takes. Like it's not even like you're in the underbelly. Like you're just going to normal stuff that people can access and be like, wow, like it's out there and nobody cares. And I know from which we've read articles, Grindr is particularly bad when it comes to that.
Yeah, so in 2019, when we first started on Grindr, it was like the Wild West. I mean, it was constant messaging, but people have kind of smartened up on Grindr. Grindr's gotten a lot more restrictive, because a lot of our videos in 2019, before YouTube removed us over and over again, they'd go crazy, and I would make like, you know, I'd say very nice things about gay people in those videos, and Grindr definitely took note of it, and they tightened up their shit. But I mean, still, it's so easy to get on Grindr. Like they don't have any ID verification, and I think it's kind of on purpose why they wouldn't have that. But they should know. I mean, it's pretty easy to not allow minors on these apps, but you know, they just don't take that step. It's weird.
You got some of your fans. Sorry.
I was just gonna say they want to have they want to have like more registered users. That's all it is. They don't want to put too many barriers up, because then it's like, because even adults are gonna go, I gotta put in my shit.
Well, that's the same reason Twitter doesn't really want to get rid of bots.
So it's kind of exactly because it boosts the numbers.
Yeah, boosts the numbers. It makes it look good. Paul Nugget, which is one of your fans, Alex said, join PP for $7 a month, and you'll have more Pedo Catch videos than time. And then he posted the link to your locals, which is predatorapproachers.locals.com.
I highly recommend it to you guys. That even if you liked watching Alex on YouTube back in the day or whatever, when he wasn't getting nuked left and right, like even then you had to start muting words, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's frustrating. Like go to the locals. It's great, because now you're just gonna get, here's the catch, baby. and locals has been like, I mean, I know we all have our little issues with Rumble and locals here and there, but
Alex has more than
but
little,
it's been at least unrestrictive, has it not?
Yeah.
Yes. No. Locals is great because you know, we can drop how do I put it? N bombs with the hard ER, nuclear bombs to these predators. You know, verbally, of course, and we can also use the F word to them too. And you know, that's been very refreshing, because there's some predators we catch that can't go to jail. For example, we caught we caught this predator who was going after a subscriber's daughter online, but he was so careful because he was only asking for stomach pictures of her, and that's not illegal to ask that, even of a 10-year-old, which I think is fucking ridiculous. But it's not illegal nonetheless, and he wasn't budging on that, because I ended up taking over her account. And, you know, I was trying to get him to say anything that could break the law, and he just wasn't doing it. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll just go confront this guy. But Yeah, no, we dropped a lot of choice words on him that would have got me thrown. Well, that did actually get me thrown off YouTube. So,
Are you?
yeah,
Now I
no,
gotta
it's
ask
definitely
because
great.
I've been meaning to sign up, but I just haven't organized my locals. But I will be signing up today because I've been meaning to do that just because we support you guys. Are you putting the older stuff up because there's some throwback ones that I like to go back and watch that were very cleaned up for YouTube. Like one of my favorite ones was the one I always bring this one up was the one when you were in Houston and you started getting a little too political because you were frustrated with the current leadership of that city and how they just keep letting people get. You kind of went on a fucking rant in a Walmart parking lot, but like three-quarters of it was just mute. And I really want to hear that clip.
Yeah. Dude, but I've ranted so many every time we're in like a Soros County, I rant so many times like, yeah, nothing's probably going to happen to you, but I fucking hate you, and you know, it does get frustrating in some places, but you know, San Antonio is, I mean, that's a Soros County, and they've taken up our cases, so I don't know, maybe our cases are just good, or the DA would be on the hot seat, so who knows? Whatever it is, I'm just glad they're getting taken up some way somehow.
I would imagine San Antonio still has enough, like, sort of red-leaning people around, though, to, you know, make you have to enforce certain things.
Guess what, Bursch?
What?
Revenge,
Yeah,
the Revenge of This Is Locals account just signed up for Predator Poachers Locals.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
We're
there you
in.
Go. There you go.
We are in, and we're in for a year. We did the year. We did the whole year, which, by the way, and if anyone's signing up for Locals, honestly, this is the truth. It's the better deal because you get 2 months for free.
It is 2 months for free.
For free alpha males.
That's 2 extra months of learning how to be a top gay.
Yes. Well, this guy, okay, I don't want to mislead. This guy we confronted, it's on Locals, but he's actually a bottom G, okay?
Oh, he's a bottom.
yeah,
Spoiler alert, I hadn't watched it yet. God damn it.
Oh, my God. He's just a bottom bear, seriously. Yeah, and of course, your Locals contribution does go to saving, allegedly saving Colombian kids 5,000 miles away that you'll never hear about again after a quick little video. So
wait a second. You're not worshiping the sound of freedom made by a neocon Mexican?
Wait, well, dude, the thing is, I mean, it doesn't matter. Carlos Slim is one of the good Freemason billionaires. You have to understand that.
He's one of the good ones. That's what they say.
Dude, it's why I tell people if you want pound for pound the best results, support Predator Poachers because these guys actually like put tread on tires, burn gas. I mean, as far as I can tell, you're always on the road catching another predator.
Yeah.
And basically, you just stop for gas in Wendy's. I'm like, if you want $7 a month to go a long way instead of like $100 million in laundered money, I'm like, these guys at least get results.
Whoa! The money doesn't get laundered. They go to sting operations that might happen like once a year. Come on, dude. All these come on. It takes millions of dollars to just set up a sting operation. You have to understand, Mersh.
Dude, have you heard the stories about like what this guy does? What's his name? The producer guy, the one that's behind this, the shady behind the scenes guy in this movie, Tim Ballard. He does from what I heard, this was in an article that allegedly he gets these like marks, these rich marks that are like so into this like save the children like grift that he'll charge them like big time money to have like a little like a couple people from his organization will just come set up some laptops, put on some headsets, and act like they're saving kids and like triangulating like shipping containers with kids in it. And it just makes these people feel good. That's what I heard.
You know
They're
what
like,
it is?
oh, we'll come and use your like luxury condo as a war room for the day.
Oh my
and it makes
God.
these like rich donors feel like I'm helping.
You know what this has to be? I don't know if you remember this episode of South Park, Alex, but
This nigga thinks he's Jesus.
But here's what.
This nigga really thinks he's Jesus now.
Yeah.
He went from playing Jesus to I'm gonna come in here and be short-haired Jesus.
This reminds me of that episode, Alex. Have you seen the episode of South Park? It's the episode of South Park where Family Guy and Cartman's like, people are always walking up to him and be like, "Oh my God, you must love Family Guy. It's so your humor." Is that what's happening with you in this movie? It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Where everyone's like,
Have you
"See,
seen Sound
Alex?
of Freedom?
Sound of Freedom. Have you seen
What
it,
did you
bro?
think about it?
Saying you guys, it's like looking in a freaking mirror. You're the same. It must suck, right?
Oh yeah, dude, it's been, I understand it because, I was open to, I mean, I haven't seen a movie in years because I just don't trust Hollywood in general. But, these people are a part of Hollywood. They're not ostracized from Hollywood. If they're ostracized from Hollywood, they'd be actually ostracized from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't allow them to make this movie. But
They'd be on Cozy.
yeah, they would be on Cozy, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's just the whole thing, like, It's like telling someone to wear a mask because it'll protect grandma. It's like asking people to do the bare minimum, and they think it actually accomplishes something. And I think that's like a whole complacency scheme going on, because it's literally just telling people you're fighting human trafficking by watching this movie. That's fucking ridiculous, and that's not something I want to fall for.
Alex,
And,
it's raising awareness.
Yeah, Alex, what about raising
Remember,
awareness,
we
Alex?
raise awareness and we be advocates, because when you're an advocate, you advocate for more awareness.
Yeah, and then
Here's my Cash App.
I'm aware.
Can I bring
that
up my
you're
Cash App right
advocating?
now?
Yeah, bring up your Cash App. It's it's a $ Podesta 69420. That's my Cash App. No, but I mean, it really does. It feels like, I don't know, man. None of this shit is sincere. Honestly, it just feels like neocons grifting on the QAnon people, right? That's what it feels like, right? Like they're just grifting on them. They're not really stopping anything. It's not really raising awareness. It's not the best movie that's ever been made either.
And he looks like he wants to. Look at this. He's
Be
doing
Jesus.
the I'm Jesus.
He wants to be Jesus.
That's
yeah, and another thing is, like, the guy literally is on a Jordan Peterson interview. I think it was Jordan Peterson saying that he watched child pornography to get into the role of playing this character.
This.
That is fucking baffling to me. I mean, he should be in jail for that. That's so fucked up.
Isn't that the Pete Townsend defense?
That's a Pete Townsend defense from who?
It was to prepare for this role. It was absolutely of the utmost importance to me that I understood the character. So I consumed massive amounts of child pornography. And they're like, Mr. Depp, what are you admitting here? I had to do it for the role.
God, dude, and like, and I can't believe even after seeing that video, people still defend him for watching child pornography. Yeah, like literally somebody defended him saying, "But Alex, Jim is doing the same thing you do," and I'm just like, how is Jim acting in a fucking movie the same thing as actually getting predators arrested, man? These people are just so. I mean, it's a spell, man. It's a spell. I'm not gonna say they're stupid, but it's just a spell they're under.
No, I mean, I think I you know what it is too? Hope porn. It's like hope porn, where people go like, see, now they find, because there's this weird, like you were saying, like
we're winning, guys.
But like you were saying,
exactly.
What you were saying earlier, Alex, is like, you don't trust Hollywood. Fuck these guys. I don't want to watch a movie. The last movie I saw in theaters was Top Gun Maverick, and it was just because it was fucking jets, and I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. I like jets, like an autistic person. But the people go, we don't like Hollywood. We don't trust them. But then they do though. These conservatives want to be in. Look at Ben Shapiro's a great example, right? He wants to be in movie theaters. He wants to make movies. You don't hate Hollywood. You're just mad that you're not in it. And then they go, well, I'm going to be in Hollywood, even if I have to play their fucking games or work with fucking Mexican slimy Clinton people. I don't care. And they'll sell your soul like everybody else does to make a movie that really at the end has not saved anyone and will save nobody. The awareness has done nothing.
Oh, 100%. I think if anything, the awareness has said people, it makes people think like, oh, well, I did my part. Okay, on to the next current thing. We'll find something else to care about now. I think that's literally what it does. And, you know, until Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard and who else is in it? Mel Gibson, who was promoting. Until they drop any names in Hollywood, I'm not going to take them seriously. If they actually cared about pedos, they would care about the pedos who are probably filming their movie for them and who are literally living blocks down the street from them in Hollywood. But they would never name any Hollywood actors who are pedos. They would never talk about Epstein's client list, and nor would they ever try to get legislation passed to fix any of this shit. They would never, and then they haven't.
They saw a giant cash cow in the right-wing grift, and they were like,
yeah,
of course, we could do this, and we could, like, streamline it, and we could just make money off these marks. And that's all they're doing now.
And instead, you should give $5 to our locals at revengeofthesist.locals.com. All right, we'll much like Alex, we also say the N-word a lot, and fries freely there
and
as well.
And we won't sell out, not because we have integrity, but it sounds like it sounds like being dishonest and then having all that like obligations to disgusting people sounds exhausting.
No, and our locals is filled with our locals is filled with a bunch of people has told us.
I'm a guy that just feels nice about a nice sandwich, smoked a little weed. If I'm sitting by a pool, you know what I mean, having a beer, I'm satisfied. Like these guys that are like, I need a golden boat and kids to fuck on it. Like you're just like, okay, yeah, no, man, I got my toes swirling around in water. I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go to AFPAC or you want to go to TPUSA, there's a guy who knows a guy, and we can get a booth and meet. Like, nah, fuck that.
Let me get a couple of the nations here. Sergeant Cajones, $5. It's hard that predator. It's so hard that predator poachers creators will never be short on content. These people are numerous and are everywhere. Yeah, we were just saying that.
He's the real Tim Ballard.
Your favorite bombstitute says, Alex is a so proud of you. We are all hashtag Alex local members in the house. You dig?
You know that's my girlfriend that calls me a.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, yeah, she has eyeballs.
Does she have a sister?
Oh, Betsy, come on.
Hey,
Listen.
hey.
Well, dude.
All I'm saying is I've dated black women, I've dated Jewish women, and when I'm having sex, I've said all kinds of wild shit.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
point.
my girlfriend is actually Muslim, believe it or not. And I actually
believe it.
play the role as a pedophile dating a 9-year-old Muslim like Muhammad did in order to understand the people I catch. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean,
Method.
that's not-
I like that.
Wait, what is this?
I mean, doesn't that make sense? Or
so what is fucking Rosen and Siraj are in a race to like give birth to the Antichrist?
Yeah, no, exactly. No, no.
Who can have the Antichrist baby
That's
first?
right. It's very
going
good
on
point. So yeah, I mean, it really is like you were saying. This is all fucking shows. Anybody that Jordan Peterson or fucking Ben Shapiro are platforming are fucking garbage. They're fucking garbage people. They're stupid. They're all running the same fucking.
A lot of those
grift.
guys are represented by fucking what is it? What's the guy? William Morris? Not William Morris. The other one, the Ari Emanuel one. Like a lot of these people have legit Hollywood agents. But they're out here going like, guys, we need to be fucking based in red pills. And I'm like, and you're like, you give 25% off the rip between the ADL and your management, and all of a sudden you got to give all this shit, show up to all this shit you don't believe in, touch on all kinds of walls and shit.
Touch on all
you know what I mean? Like,
walls
take all these flights in the Middle East you don't want to take and go suck fucking Zelensky's dick in Ukraine. Fuck all that. I'll take $5 a month.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, TPUSA and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why the left shits on TPUSA. I mean, from what I've heard, there's a lot more butt sex in TPUSA than San Francisco. That's just what I've heard, though. Have y'all heard stuff like that before?
Yeah, it's just not kinky enough butt sex for them.
I'm sorry. Are you saying Lady MAGA isn't a stand-up dude?
Wait, Lady Mag is a dude?
Uh-oh, you have to make some phone calls, don't you? It happened to me too, but don't feel bad.
All right, when you get off this interview, I want you to Google Blair White and then pre-transition.
Yeah, see what pops up. And I hope it's not an erection.
Dude, the same Sound of Freedom conservatives that are watching that stupid shit movie, dude, they're the same people that comment like when Blair White posts a picture of himself in like a bikini saying, "Oh, that's so hot. Oh, don't tell my wife
Bro.
this." It's the same group of people.
It's the same people that are like, bro, do you see how hot Blair White was in Tom McDonald's new video? Shut up.
Well, this is why my big thing now, the big thing I argue with right-wingers and conservatives now is they have this detransition movement, right? Mm-hmm. And they're moving the Overton window where it's like, I detransitioned. Now I want to talk to your kids about how I detransitioned. Whereas a few years ago it was like, look, I don't want the regular trannies talking to my kids about cutting into tranny shit, and I don't want the because you D-trans can't talk to kids without them giving the fucking. You can't talk about the sequel without knowing the prequel.
That's a good
so you're
point.
still fucking Trojan horsing your way into talking to kids about all this tranny shit. I want you all to go away. Detransitioners are not. You're not detransing. You're a double tranny. You're literally a double troon. You transitioned twice. I want you far away from kids. You're a maniac. You can't even stick to being trans. And they're like, I want to talk to your kids.
Well,
now.
It's
enough.
like Ollie London is somebody that I fucking hate for that very reason. Ollie London is this fucking guy that wanted to be a Korean pop singer.
Yes.
And then when that didn't work, he became a trans person. Now he puts on a football jersey and goes, I'm a man and I really fuck. You want attention. That's the problem, man. And then that's honestly why we like people like Alex. It's like there's no sincerity in a lot of this shit. A lot of it's just like going with the waves of whatever's cool to talk about now. You know, just now people are starting to say stuff like, "Oh, this Ukraine thing might actually be bad." But at the fucking beginning, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we gotta go there." Even Republicans like, "Yeah, no, whatever, let's fucking go." And you're like, "Dude, what the fuck?" No one is sincere. You go with the movement. It's whatever sells fucking mugs or leftist to your goddamn tumblers.
Literally, yeah, it's literally a false hope. And guys, we won the House of Representatives back. Everything's going to get better now. Biden is literally going to be stopped. I think after 2024, this is like the last sliver of any give a shit I have about politics.
Yeah.
If it goes to shit after this, I just don't care anymore. And but then it's the same people. I mean, the same people that speak out, oh, anti-communist, anti-socialist. They're all supporting Trump, man. He's like the most socialist president we've had in like the fucking 20th, like he's more socialist than Obama was. He printed more money. I mean, it's just,
Bro,
it's all just bullshit.
If I see one more fucking tweet from like Patriots Trucker 69 that says fucking that tells me, yeah, oh man, aren't you ready to lock up everybody after what Biden and Fauci did? And I'm like, did everyone forget this was Trump and Fauci? Am I the only motherfucker that remembers? Am I going insane?
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's like, we
but
know
you
got to
remember, Trump didn't force anybody to take the vaccine. He didn't. So that 6-year-old girl that died of a freaking exploded heart in her sleep, but Trump didn't force that on her. I mean, her parents might have because they believe what Trump said, but he didn't force that on her. So it's not his fault that she died. And I'm so sick of hearing that garbage bullshit. I mean, Trump needs to go to jail for crimes against humanity, just like
as
Joe
a researcher
Biden
and
does.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's amazing that it's like, well, I didn't make anybody get it, but you sold it and you pushed it and you said it was a tremendous thing and you said everyone should get it, which is the equivalent of,
and he's still defending it, and that's the other thing. We're still defending it. We're still saying it's the best thing ever. Now, you don't trust this guy. I don't get it. I mean, he has wood behind him. He's a man. I don't see what the issue is. Sure, his daughter allegedly left her husband and kids to go allegedly have sex with Andrew Tate. Sure. But you don't trust him?
I built this studio with leftover lumber from Joe Rogan's Bloody Green Room.
Oh my God.
Water.
Wait, his daughter actually did that with Andrew Tate. She left her husband?
Oh, yeah.
Buddy.
Sometimes you forget the youth.
Sometimes,
because we always red pill him on shit, and he goes, "Yeah, that was," and then we realized it was 7 years ago. I forget he's a young buck.
Yeah, he's a young
It's
buck.
not like you were all super politics guy in high school.
Let me help you out here.
Oh yeah, that's not a doctored photo.
That's not a doctored photo. That's a real photo.
Yeah, she ran off with her husband.
Andrew Tate looks so smug. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She took a picture one time with her medicine cabinet, and one of the drugs she had was Valtrex.
Of course.
She didn't realize it was in frame.
Yeah, it wasn't even the medicine cabinet. She posted a picture of her prescriptions.
Oh, that's what it was.
And like
somebody
looked them up and like, this is for
and that was pre-Tate.
Yeah, that was pre-Tate. Oh no. I guess he's Andrew tainted now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, but like, so again, man,
it doesn't matter because I don't even need a cure. I defeated the herpes virus with my mind.
And Tate has come out because they've been asking him. He's like, I never had sex. He's like, they're lying. Look at this picture. I'm going to pull this picture up. You don't think these two fucked? Get the fuck out of here.
Let me tell you something. I ain't posing for this photo with you lest we fucking.
Do you have any bottled water? Yeah. You've just been eating meat since you've gotten here.
The only way I would take a photo like this with somebody and not fuck her is if she was like somebody I knew and paid to professionally take a photo, and I'd be like, all right, fine. But if I took this photo naturally,
right,
I'd be like, oh, believe I fucked her. That's a candid.
Well,
Come on.
Jordan Peterson's more mad about anonymous accounts on Twitter just trolling him than that happening. So, I mean, I don't think he even gives a fuck.
Maca. No,
I don't even care that my daughter was used like bloody Chinese finger cuffs by the Tate brothers. Because we have anonymous troll demons.
Yeah. Dressed like a goddamn Batman villain. Yeah. Fuck you, Jordan Peterson.
Go back to taking your pills, Grandpa.
Yeah, seriously.
And we'll bury you in your Twitter suit.
I saw a picture of Andrew Tate at an Israel symposium with the Israel flag behind him.
He's
and I
so
thought
good.
he'd be good for my daughter.
Yeah.
He's got a magnificent cock.
He wore my daughter out like stretched denim, but at least his penis was spotless.
Well, Andrew Tate, diversity is our strength. As long as he has good ideas, it's okay that he did that to her.
Oh, fuck.
All right, Jim, let me ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind. Do you want to, first of all, tell people about your involvement with Angel Studio?
Somebody in the chat says, you all are acting like you're so base. What do you suggest? In regards to the Sound of Freedom thing, actually catch pedophiles like fucking this guy's doing. Yeah. That's what I suggest you do. Yeah. Not actually fucking make movies about maybe catching them, actually doing it.
Yeah.
See, what you do is you do something about it.
Two countries, I think like 50, 60 arrests, I think like 30-something convictions.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, something like that.
This guy over here is actually doing something about it. That's what you do.
Here's how I know when I can trust people or if I know I'm going to like people.
Yeah.
If you were to ask them to give an elevator pitch of what they do, and then you go, oh yeah, but do you really? And you can immediately cite like recent cases of it.
Yeah.
You go, oh, well, fair enough then. So that's what he does. Like we literally watch him.
Oh no! Then they go. In regards to Trump, I don't know. Not hire a vaccine salesman.
Yeah.
Not hire a guy who just said the
want my-
way I'll solve the Ukraine thing is by giving him even more missiles.
Here's what you do, sir. You want my advice?
Yeah.
You keep going. You keep going into work. The world's over, right? You're gonna keep going into work and pretending like everything's hunky dory, but you're gonna quietly buy a lot of ammunition and seeds and get ready for a future you're gonna have very little control over. Oh, and get some life straws.
Yeah,
Those are
seriously.
essential.
The problem is like Pat, Alex nailed it. Politics is all fucked now anyway. What the fuck are you going to do about it? They don't care. These people all vote for the.
We're gonna vote harder though.
Yeah,
this
we're gonna
time.
vote. We're gonna vote our way out of this one. It's gonna suck. Everything fucking sucks. Honestly, local politics. The solution is the people around you, like the sheriff's office, and shit like that, like the things that affect you locally, and the people that can actually do something about stuff. That's way more important than who's in the fucking White House.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, Joe Biden's presidency has probably been better than Trump's because, I'm not ever going to vote for Biden, but states became a lot more based ever since Joe Biden's been in office in response to how fucked up he is. So, with Trump, it was like a slow, controlled demolition, but with Biden, it's like total chaos. So states like kind of tighten up and are like, all right, well, we're putting a stop to this shit. And I don't think that would have happened under Trump, to be honest. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents.
I mean, all the states that started passing the detransition stuff was because in response to what Biden was doing, they're like, the states that did that were like, we're not doing this here. We're not doing it in this state. Fuck off. Go somewhere else, And I what do you do about it? I don't know, but the fact that you think that there's they're doing the same thing over and over again, the solution is silly to me, right?
They gave us COVID because we voted for Trump, homie.
Yeah, that's why we got it.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, dude, everybody like pretends to shit on like welfare, universal basic income. But when Trump was doing it during COVID, everybody was like, oh, base Trump for giving us $2,000 instead of $600. Thank you, Trump. It's like they don't actually have any values. They just worship man. And I mean, I get it because I think Trump is like a big coping mechanism for people. It's not actually his policies because his policies are left as fuck, man. I mean, printing money left and right and gun control, all this shit. It's just the idea of Trump that they like. The idea of like, oh, I'm going against the media or I'm going against the establishment. Bro, he is the establishment. You can be outside of politics but still be in the establishment. If you're donating to both candidates or both parties for 30 years, you're in the fucking establishment, especially being in New York City. So people just need to wake the fuck up and quit being fucking retarded, honestly.
Yeah, no, amen. And also, something else. Bro, I saw you do 275 and pump out 10 reps. You fucking machine. Jesus Christ, dude. You're an animal. What the fuck?
And I like how he's like, yeah, I haven't really been to the gym.
Yeah, and then he goes, I haven't really been to the gym. And then he fucking cranks out 10 at 275. Jesus Christ, dude. That is
I mean, I don't go too often. I go like probably half the month or something, when I'm home and not on the road catching pedos. See, look, I'm like see, I used to be in better shape.
I don't know. You look like you've lost weight.
I think you've lost weight since last time we hung out with you.
Seen you.
Yeah.
Honestly, you've definitely lost weight since I saw you in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
But
you've lost
so
weight.
how much was this? 2.7? How much was this? 3?
That's 340. That's my last rep.
Fuck off. How many did you do with 340?
Well, just one. It was the last. It was like at the end of the lift.
Okay. I could do 375 for one. I want to be clear here, okay? I'm not a competition, but the difference is I actually have to try really hard, not just go half the month. This is insane. And you're also like, what? How tall are you? 6 what?
6'4".
Fucking this guy. I would be terrified. I'd answer all your questions too.
Yeah. It is kind of goofy how terrifying his presence is, but how like soft spoken and like friendly he is.
I know.
It's like, hey, what's up, dude? No, it's cool, man.
Look at that phone. Not even a spot because he knew he had it. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, dude.
Which is
You are
good, by the way,
boy.
that's a good psychological handle to have on like these pedos because it's like, okay, this guy's ginormous. He knows I want to fuck kids, but he isn't immediately caving my skull in like a gorilla. So people just get very compliant because you're like, no, man, come on. There's a bench over here. Just come sit down. We'll talk. And you're like,
fucking Officer Hightower from Police Academy.
Because you really don't have a choice.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I think it definitely helps for sure. I mean, I try to give advice to like this chick that catches predators, and because I saw a predator walk off on her, and I was about to say like, "Hey, you should," just well, nah,
No.
it's probably because I'm like a foot taller.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to be physical. It's right, like a 5 foot something chick just get thrown across the room. What's you gonna do? But dude, yeah, this is what you do is fucking awesome, dude. And it's honestly from the first time you've been on the show until now, you have blown up like on Twitter, your tweets, your catches. Like I mean, you're getting the recognition.
Well, they
awesome.
had blown up. You just kept getting fucking zapped. That was the thing, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was kind of unfair too. And it really is bullshit because there's other people that do what you do way less effectively, and with way less results. But for some reason, they were allowed to thrive and get the little check marks and basically get the same shit in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna
but-
name names, but we probably all can
Yeah.
name. And it's like it's weird because I'm starting to read now about how like all of those shows that are still on YouTube that are doing well have the check mark. They all had to do the same thing I was saying earlier. You have to. There's a management company agency, and they're part of an MCN, and you got to give them a cut of your money, and then they let you in on this. Like the actual algorithm, and it's like a whole fucking game, dude. Everything's just a fucking rip-off game.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it though is like, yeah, it sucks that we got taken down 7 times, and other channels have been taken down like once or none. But I mean, I don't, especially when it comes to shit like pedo catching. I don't think Misery Loves Company is a good mentality to have. I still think, I'd rather me just be taken down than all of us get taken down, because
Yeah.
in the end they're still catching predators. But I mean, obviously there's a sense of like, oh man, they're so lucky, this, that. But I mean, them getting taken down wouldn't help shit, and sure as hell doesn't bring me up. So I'd rather some like be able to not be taken down than all of us. So that's what.
No, it is. And I mean, look, man.
I want everything to be up. I say
Yeah.
Sunshine's the best disinfectant. If it's not illegal
Absolutely.
content, like that fucking Kamikaze guy, that fucking creepy cult guy that was from Hawaii that this dude caught a while back.
yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that guy? That
Yeah.
guy blew up on the internet? And I got so mad at those people because he was out advocating openly for pedophilia on his video. And everybody went, yeah, we got this reported. It's taken down. I'm like,
Dude,
yeah,
I
so it's
hated when
gone.
they
There's
did
no
that.
evidence. Like now
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people downloaded it, but we had a timestamp verified YouTube video that this guy self-uploaded where he's like, "Yo, I love to fuck kids." Like, leave it up. Like, there's no kid
Yeah,
fucking in the
exactly.
video, and now we got this motherfucker dead to rights, and everybody's like, "Report it," and you're like, "Yeah," and
Dude,
lost
that
to the
was
winds
all
of time.
virtue signaling, bro. Like
Of course,
it was
always
so,
is. It's like when
I
I've
hated
seen
when they took it down.
I've seen people go like to people they suspect, like they'll look at like they'll figure out somebody you're on a live catch, and they'll start yelling at the person on their Facebook wall before you even have a
Yeah.
chance to get in there, and it's like shut up. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
they're already gonna start nuking shit. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand that these pedos, like Josiah, for example, Josiah's literally in custody right now because we knew about him because of freaking free speech. Because he put that video out there, we knew to we didn't message him first. We knew to follow him on Instagram, and he messaged us, and then he set up a meeting with who he thought was a 13 and a 5-year-old. We knew that because of free speech. So when you think you're doing something great, but I'm reporting this because you said something gross. No, you're not. You're not helping shit. And it's kind of with the Instagram ban, like. When the whole shit with like the predators communicate with pizza, when that went out, I was like, good. I'm glad Instagram's starting to crack down, but it was kind of mixed feelings too, because half the pedos we were talking to on Instagram all got nuked, and now there's no trace of them anywhere, and we're not going to be able to go confront them and get them arrested. And like, I understand, like, obviously they don't want people communicating that way, but we
Yeah.
also exploited their communication system too in order to freaking throw our decoy in that little suggested search thing, and we got so many arrested because of their stupid hashtags they use. But no, none of them are going to get arrested. They got taken down because Instagram saved their ass.
They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose.
And you're right. There's two sides to that because, like you said, if you are made aware that kind of shit's happening, you do have a moral responsibility to be like, we got to shut that down. But like you said,
Right.
when you do it like en masse like that, and you don't understand the other side of the coin, which is no, we're casting a net right now. We're gonna scoop up like 50 of these dudes. Yeah, it sucks.
Literally,
man.
and the thing is, like, Instagram doesn't report any of that shit to law enforcement. They just take their accounts down, and that's the worst because then those pedos go to Telegram, and if we go to Telegram, that's a big risk for us because Telegram's where they send all that shit. Like Instagram, we can communicate with them and like, oh yeah, you're into that, blah blah blah, but none of it's actually sent, so we're good, and we can just use those messages and confront them with it. But Telegram would be risky for us because obviously we don't want to be implicated for anything.
You don't want a
that
Jim
good.
Caviezel situation where you have to watch it. Yeah.
Well, dude, that actually motivate me to catch them. I have to watch a full 30-minute length video.
His movie's coming out soon. It's called Shofar of Justice.
Okay.
Well played.
Very, very funny. Next time you do a catch, do me a favor. Ask them if they're alpha and they're haram. Tell them that right now they're not being sigma males and they're not doing things correctly. They'll know what it means.
Well, since Muhammad dated a 6-year-old, isn't predator do itself haram, or do I have it mixed up?
I want to see Alex on the front page of Rumble one day, like, oh yeah, live catch with special guest Andrew Tate. And
Oh, that'd be-
Tate's just there, just like,
God.
what the hell's the matter with you? You're supposed to be sexually exploiting and raping adult women, all right, like a man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a dominant alpha male.
Don't circle the high school. Don't circle the elementary school. Circle the high school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and wait till they're at the prom.
Community college.
Pro tip:
Dude.
be a limo driver. You can get them to be cam whores easier.
And Alex is sitting there going, "That's
What?
better."
I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
No, I guess it's a compromise.
Dude, no, we're at 6 o'clock, man. We just hit the end of the show. I just realized what time it was. Predator Poachers on Rumble and locals. Go sign up. These guys do fucking amazing work. Like,
Yes.
for real.
Yes. PREDATOR space POACHERS.
Oh, it's
Predator
being
Poachers is
generously
complete-
spammed in the chat too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, completely free to, of course, up to us on Rumble. And let's hope we can get on the front page one of these days because Rumble loves to suppress our shit, even though we, how do I put it? Even though we have numbers that represent where we should probably be on the front page. And yeah, they also don't have live streaming from the app, which
I know. They need to do that too. Trust me.
They have the button. It has the button for it though.
But there's the buttons
does
there.
have the
It's a
button.
coming soon.
It says coming soon on it.
Well, that's right. So actually, what I'm going to do is, if I can find a baseball. Oh, actually, this is great. So I'm actually going to switch my genre of what I do right now, so I can get on the front page. I'm actually just going to read articles and get Astro promoted right now.
I like it. There it is. Now you'll be on the front page.
Next.
Today we're going to go over someone else's work and writing right now, and I'm going to give my take on it that doesn't go too far and doesn't push the Overton window too far. Okay.
Hear me out on this. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you a freebie right now. When we end this stream, you start a stream, and in all capitals, you're going to write 4 ways Trump can win with a bunch of exclamation marks.
That's a good point.
And then your thumbnail should be something that looks like the news, but it was made on Fiverr by an Indonesian.
By the way, you're on the front page right now because we're on the front page. So
Hey-o.
congratulations, Predator Poachers
Right.
on the front page.
All right. Well, we got to see on the front page. Let's give some really base takes, guys.
Okay, let's
all right,
go.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You're only gonna hear it here.
Okay,
on Rumble.
let's hear
YouTube
it.
would ban this.
Let's hear it.
There's only two. There's only two genders.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
Whoa.
hot take. I love it. I fucking love it. And you know what? Cat Turd's going to save this country. That's what I think. Cat Turd is saving the country, guys.
You know what? And I gotta say this. I think these liberals, these demon rats.
I call them libtards.
They're so worried about these kids getting shot in schools. But they sure ain't worried about kids in the womb.
They're not worried about Planned Parenthood. That's
Yep,
for
yep.
fucking sure. All right.
Now, libtards are going against Sound of Freedom. They're all pedophiles themselves.
All right. Make sure you get our food buckets.
All right, Owen's calling me. I got to go on Infowars now. Predator Poachers
Bye.
on Rumble.
Tell Owen we said hi. Tell Owen we said hi.
Do
Okay,
a
tell
crossover.
him. Bye.
Everyone go over there and watch them over there.
Oh,
All right, I'm
fuck.
here. I'm here.
It'll be a part 2.
Later.
Predator Poachers on Rumble. Thank you to the people posting in the chat. And if someone could please post the locals one more time because I'm not logged in yet.
God, that was so great.
Alex is fun.
That was so fucking great.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. It's better. You get more out of the fucking $7 a month from them than you do a $20 ticket to Sound of Freedom.
Fuck, that was great. I love that he was going to be Owen show. We love Owen. Owen fucking rules.